So I'm Tim Watkins, President and CEO of Watts Labor Community Action Committee, and it's befitting that I'm sitting here 48 years after WLCAC started or participated in a campaign to get the Martin Luther King Hospital erected over on 120th and Wilmington Avenue. Today, what I'm seeking to do is to provide a look at a nearby aging industrial corridor. It's in a very closed kind of enclave. It doesn't have a lot of access. You go into it from 108th Street from the north, but on the south side of this area there's a railroad track, so you can only enter it from 108th Street or from Avalon. You can't enter it from Central. You can't enter it from the south side, which is a railroad track. So I'm taking a ride, or I will take you on a ride to show you this industrial corridor and some of the significant properties that are actually owned by WLCAC to the tune of about 11 acres that we currently own, that are just 5 minutes away from the Martin Luther King Hospital site. In addition to the 11 acres that WLCAC owns, there's a 10-acre Landsit industrial, 10 acres, which would bring the total acreage up to 21 acres. And then I'll show you the Laidlaw site, which is 4 acres currently being used for waste management. And so my contention is to anyone that's listening is that we've got a huge opportunity to aggregate 25 acres, half of it already in possession. We could put 25 acres back to great use as an industrial complex that would serve thousands of local families. I'll show you the housing. I'll show you the dilapidated state of the housing. I'll show you the limited ingress and egress. I'll show you how the light industrial corridor could benefit from the vacationing of some access roads running parallel to the canal that runs throughout the community behind these properties. And basically just share our idea that we could provide a great national example of bringing back a small community around repurposing and rekindling that industrial infrastructure. So I'm ready to go if you are. Let's go. All right, here we are at 108th and Central, getting ready to turn left on 108th and enter the light industrial corridor of Watts. All right, so as we turn left going west on 108th Street, as you can see, there are many industrial-looking buildings. On the left, we have the Maxine Water School, which is employment training and vocational development. On the right, we have small businesses, recycling, and different storage centers and sites. And over on the left again is WLCAC's Youth Center and Homeless Services Center, but we're at the entryway to the Landsit site, which is here from Clovis Avenue and 108th. There's a bridge that goes over the canal, and actually I can, just so you can see it, I'll turn over there and get some video of that. So this is the 10-acre Landsit site, scheduled for some form of development to attract commercial or industrial tenants to the area. So WLCAC was actually a competitor for the contract to build it, and we're looking into the current status as we speak. As you can see, right here adjacent to the Landsit site is the entrance to the service road next to the canal. And that service road actually operates it operates from a westerly direction, going all the way back down south along adjacent to Central Avenue, behind the buildings that line the street frontage. But this access road is, it's about 25 feet wide, and we've been having a conversation about having it vacationed to extend the property back to the edge of the canal. Well, this is the same canal access road looking west. There you see Medina's Furniture, and you'll see Peterson Spinning, and there are many of these old buildings that have everything from, I guess, chrome plating or painting, wood turning, automotive paint supply, small check, furniture manufacturing. You have all these little businesses operating in what used to be a very vibrant light industrial corridor, and we would very much like to see it positioned to come back with some frontage improvements, some kind of consistent fencing, so that we get the appearance of a restored image. I'm turning here on McKinley and 108th, heading south to where the heavier industrial buildings are. On 111th place, you'll see several large-scale industrial sites. All right, so we're looking at a WLCAC-owned property at 740 East 111th place, 120,000 square feet under one roof on 5 acres. And as we go down the street, you'll come up on the metal shed. That's another roughly 22,000 square feet on an acre, and that's 800 East 111th place. This is looking in at 800 East 111th place, where we have our handiworker, transportation, and restoration services operations. Location owned by WLCAC, which is 810 East 111th place, which is currently a Green Dot Charter School, roughly 40,000 square feet on another acre of land. And this is looking in at 810 East 111th place, where we have the Green Dot Charter School tenant. 840 East 111th place. And this one is 28,000 square feet on 2 acres, and it's currently vacant, and we're planning to refurbish it. This is looking down the driveway at 840 East 111th place. Next is a non-WLCAC owned property, approximately 4 acres, formerly the Laidlaw transportation site, now a waste management location, and my understanding is that it will soon be available for sale. And then at the end of the block, you'll see the westerly access to the 10-acre Lancet development site. Again, without a developer at this point, my understanding is that they're back to the drawing board on this project. So there you have the whole gamut. And we're looking at the housing in the area, and often what is a dilapidated state. Back in the day, when we had a lot of industrial activity in the area, we had many, families that were thriving by being able to walk to work. And my contention is that was good then and it's good now. If we could put, light industrial operations back into neighborhoods like this, we'd see a dramatic change in the quality of life, not only because people could walk to work, but because we'd have less, fuel consumption, less, toxins in the air, and less noise, less traffic. The whole thing could just be better as a result of creating a very focused light industrial program in an isolated area such as this that takes advantage of the existing infrastructure to create walk-to-work solutions for whole neighborhoods that obviously and in some cases desperately need that kind of local employment. If the road could be activated for one-way entry into the little road, if it could be accessed for deliveries and pickups, then we could create a good circular pattern for traffic coming into the area and then going back out. Now we're heading back east on 108th Street, and you can see, the many different businesses that are, still here and operating. Some of them look like they're not operating, but in fact, due to their need for security and so on, they button up tight. This is Wadsworth Avenue, and you can see how somehow it's either been vacationed legally or who knows, but it's a junkyard for old equipment and vehicles and so on. Those Quonset huts from World War II are still, well-functioning sheds for whatever's going on inside. And again, the WLCAC Employment Center and Homeless Access Service Center. Maxine Waters looking at it from a westerly point of view. And in front of us, we're looking at the county's Department of Public Social Services. And to me, it's a good bookend on a light industrial corridor that could put thousands of people to work and get them off of the welfare and the dependency on welfare.